Today, we're going to talk about the common myths and facts about fertility over 35. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You worry about being too old and being less fertile every day that goes by. And you're frustrated that after a life of trying to avoid pregnancy, now that you are ready to try and get pregnant, you might have to wait far too long and it might be too late for you to get pregnant. Is that something that you're familiar with? Does that sound like you? I see this often with the members of my fertility program. This is what thousands of couples I have helped have done to have their babies. Over the last 21 years that I've been a fertility expert, I've helped them to find out what's not letting them get pregnant, develop a personalized fertility plan for them, and give them ongoing support. Now let's get started with myth number 1. Your fertility declines rapidly after 35 years of age. So why is this a myth? You all might be saying, well, I've heard that over 35, your fertility declines. And so this is not a myth. What I think you all hear more specifically is that your fertility declines very quickly once you hit 35 and older, and that you need to move fast to make things happen. Your fertility definitely declines as you get older. You know, with age, we know that research shows it, statistics shows it, that your fertility does decline. But I don't believe, and from 21 years of experience, I have not seen that just because someone turns 35 or 36 or 37, that your fertility declines in this sharp line downward, okay? Your fertility is not a light switch. It's not like, oh, your body knows, all right, we're 36, click, lights go off, we're all done, let's close the shop and let's go home. That's not what happens. Your body doesn't function in that way. It's not like, okay, this is exactly that time around the sun, it's my birthday, we're done. That's just not what happens. And hopefully you can logically think about that and look back at your life with anything else. And with the exception of like a traumatic event, big trauma of some fashion, your fertility just doesn't decline in that way, and your health and your life doesn't change at the snap of a finger. So if your body is like a light switch, which you've been led to believe, then it's more like a dimmer switch than it is just a regular paddle switch. It's not this on-off switch. It's a slow or slower, hopefully, change, so that if your fertility is declining once you hit 35, 36 and older, then that decline is going to happen hopefully gradually over time. Just like you're taking that light switch and just slowly dimming it, right? Pushing it down. But what that means is that just like you are pushing that dimmer switch down with the decisions you make in your life and all the things that you're doing, you can also change it and brighten that light and make it brighter, make it stronger, and make yourself more fertile with the changes that you make over the course of time as well. And that change can happen now. So don't get bogged down by fertility declining over 35. Let's focus on the things that you can control to improve your fertility. Okay, myth number 2. Pregnancy after 35 years of age is always risky. It's always comes with challenges and can lead to a pregnancy loss. So I know that's what we hear, right? We hear that your likelihood of a pregnancy loss, a miscarriage, dramatically increases over the age of 35, and any pregnancy after you're 35, or what they like to call, geriatric or advanced maternal age, is a risky pregnancy and can have complications. Well, okay, so we do know that there are risks as you get older, and that the likelihood of having a miscarriage as you get older is certainly higher. But is it so much higher that it's risky for you to conceive after the age of 35? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that we don't see losses. We do. But one, I don't believe that it should prevent you from trying, that you shouldn't actually try to conceive because you're nervous. I hear a lot from a lot of the members of the program that they're scared of any complications. Your body is designed to manage that and support that. And just because, yes, we're going to potentially have as you get older, you potentially have a higher chance of a loss, doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to get pregnant. And I'm going to tell you that even though the statistics do show that 1 in 4 pregnancies leads to a miscarriage, I don't really see that clinically. And I'm going to say that I don't necessarily see a huge change in miscarriage rates as couples get older. I'm not saying they don't happen. I'm saying I don't see it in the same way that we read about and we hear about. So I don't want that to be a reason why you're holding back. Now, if you know that you have known genetic issues, if you know that there's complications on your side of the family, you know you've had recurrent pregnancy loss, I'm not saying that there aren't things that you should be doing, but I think all of those things are supportable, right? We can manage those things. We can figure those things out to support you and manage the pregnancy to give you a successful and healthy pregnancy. So is it a little risky? Maybe. Does it mean that you shouldn't try? Absolutely not. Okay, myth number 3 is that fertility treatments like IUI, intrauterine insemination, or IVF, in vitro fertilization, are your only options for a successful pregnancy over the age of 35. That's just absolutely not true. It's hogwash. Yes, do we see an increase in the use of IVF and IUI with older women? Absolutely. Does that mean that you can't get pregnant naturally? 100% not. We have hundreds of women who conceive naturally over the age of 35. And many of them have been told that their only way to get pregnant is going to be either with IVF or with donor egg. So it's not the only way. And it is possible for you to get pregnant naturally. I would say that you do need the proper support to achieve that. And we do need to figure out why you've been having the struggles and difficulties you've been having so that we can create a customized plan for you. But I think with the right approach and the right support, absolutely that can happen. And I see it over and over and over again. Just last week, I had a woman reach out. She's been trying for 4 months with us. She's been working with us for 4 months. She was told that she needed to do IVF, that it wasn't going to work out. And lo and behold, she's pregnant. It looks like a healthy pregnancy. It looks strong and viable, and we're moving in the right direction. So these things are absolutely possible, but I will tell you, I do not believe that you can achieve that without making the proper changes and adjusting things on your end to accommodate. If you're going to just continue to do the same thing you've always been doing, I don't think that's going to lead to a different result. And so that is the biggest piece. Now, before I get into the facts, the 3 facts that I want to share with you, and I will do that in just a moment, now I want to hear from you. Which one of these myths stood out to you the most? Comment below and let me know. And what are your thoughts about it? And do you have any questions about that or your fertility? Hit me up. Comment below and let me know, and I will check back with you and do the best I can to answer those questions. Fact number 1. Lifestyle factors play a huge role in your success and your ability to have a healthy pregnancy. In all the myths that we just discussed, some of the foundational pieces that need to be incorporated to make those myths and not facts is adjusting your lifestyle. Yeah, and that does mean changing things, absolutely. And it also does mean changing several different factors, which is called factors, plural, right? Lifestyle factors go into diet, exercise, stress management. These are all things that you control. They're part of your lifestyle that you control and manage and can change that will positively or negatively impact your fertility. So myth number 1, we talked about the light switch, right? The dimmer switch, that your fertility declines hopefully slowly, but it can also improve slowly and with some time and brighten, right? These lifestyle factors are huge to improving that, to impacting your fertility in a positive way and being like a dimmer switch and moving that switch up to brighten it, right? So we have to improve these things. And many of you know these lifestyle factors that you need to improve. These are going to be things that you absolutely control. They're not easy to change, but you can change them. And so actually one thing I want to highlight here that I didn't say before in lifestyle factors is also sleep. So diet is essential for you to improve. You know the crappy food you eat and you know how regularly you consume it. So are you going to do something about it, or are you going to keep eating the way you have been and not changing it? I'm not saying you have to be perfect all the time, but you can make good progress to improve that. And then the same thing with exercise. Are you exercising too much? Are you exercising not enough? It doesn't have to be CrossFit every day or pumping iron, but you do want to move your body. You do want to exercise. You want to increase circulation, and that's one of the better ways to increase circulation. So let's manage your exercise better as well. And stress management. Stress negatively impacts all health conditions, including your fertility and hormones. So we need to manage that better. And one of the ways to manage that better is to get better quality sleep. So if you're not getting 7 to 8 hours or more a night, and it's interrupted sleep and it's not good quality, then that needs to be improved as well. So those are some key lifestyle factors that I know that you can start to improve now, and I want to see you start to make those changes. Fact number 2, seeking out help earlier in your journey increases the likelihood of success. We know that the sooner you get support, the better success you're going to have and the faster success you're going to have. And that's what you all want. That's what we all want. So if you know that you're already having some issues, if you go into it knowing you already have a pre-existing condition, you already know you've had issues with some sort of reproductive concern or hormones, then don't wait to get the support. Be proactive to get the support sooner rather than later to make that process easier and smoother for you. If you didn't know that there was an issue, once you do, don't wait unnecessarily. I'm not suggesting that you can't give things a chance to try naturally. Absolutely want to do that, and you can give yourself some time. But if you already know that there are some concerns, some issues, maybe some family history, be proactive. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to get some support from someone, maybe myself. We're going to tell you that you're on the right path, that just make some slight adjustments, and then you get to try hopefully a little less stressful, right? More stress-free, and things happen easier for you. So I want to encourage all of you to get the support that you need sooner. And don't wait unnecessarily to reach out to someone to get the support that you need. Fact number 3, every woman's journey, every couple's journey, every person's journey is unique, is different. And what does that mean? Like, why am I bringing this up as a fact? You might be saying, well, of course we're all different. Well, we are, which means we all need unique support, a personalized plan to address our specific needs. You've heard some of my stories of hope from members in the program. Each one of those is so different, right? They all have different circumstances, different needs, different relationships, different health histories. All of those things need to be taken into account when someone is getting a personalized plan. We can't just give cookie cutter things. You can't just assume that just taking the same thing that your friend, your neighbor, your family member, someone recommended, you read about, is going to help you. Hopefully it does, but it doesn't mean that it's going to, because your needs are going to be different than somebody else's. And even if you both have the same condition, maybe you're in a group, a support group, and all the women have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. And so you could say, oh, well, we all have PCOS, so we should all be doing these things. No. Yes, you all have PCOS, but you all are different in how your body responds to these hormones, to lifestyle changes, to stress, and what it does to your fertility. So we want to address those things in a personalized way for each one of you. So I encourage you to not only get support sooner, but make sure it's customized to your specific needs. So if you are ready to get a personalized fertility coaching plan, head on over to marksklar.com/discovery call to speak to a real human on my team so we can identify if having me as your fertility coach is the right next step for you. Now I want to share this video with all of you so you can keep learning. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay fertile.